Oh,
What day is it?
what day is this? Oh. Did you take a shower this morning?
Nah. Why?
You got jeans on.
Am I
I
gonna
haven't
go?
seen you with jeans on for, 21 days now.
No. I'm still working, man. I'm essential.
You have your papers.
I have my papers. I'm gonna be Sancho today. I got my papers, man. I show you.
Hey, this is number 35. Welcome
Wow.
back.
Wow.
We are so happy to see you. Monty. Monty
Yes.
DeVita.
Kimo Forrest. I see you got your A-Team shirt on today.
I got my A-Team
You're
shirt
actually
on.
dressed.
I did. It's the only thing that fits me. I'm big time, Daddy.
Quarantine looks good on you,
I'm
baby.
big time. Going big.
Reaching Uncle Bill status,
I tell you. Yeah. Yep.
which is a darn good status.
He's a big man.
You're the
Big
big
old
man.
redhead. Rest in peace, Uncle Bill.
Yep.
Love you.
Yep.
Hey, Monty.
Hey,
Who's our guest today?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
It was gonna be somebody, but
Supposed to
they
be freaking
decided
Mark
not.
Wills.
Right? It was supposed to be Mark Wills.
And then I see him. He's posting stuff in Jerusalem. Did you see that?
No.
It can't be recent because he can't travel, right?
Right.
I mean, although he knows people.
Is that what happens when you enter the circle?
I guess so. You become members of the Opry.
Yeah.
Opry is cover for Illuminati.
Ooh. We don't have that here. There's none of that nonsense in Nashville. Come on, man.
We're gonna get him though. We're gonna chase Mark down. He's
Eventually
gonna do this dings thing.
Yep.
But coming in to save the day,
Yeah.
Mr. Jason Brown from Iowa. Iowa's finest.
Iowa's finest.
Yeah. Good man. Good stuff. Chart action. Yeah, he's doing a lot of good stuff. I noticed in that last video I kept picking this thing on my arm, and I still am, and it's still there.
Yeah, it hasn't gone anywhere.
It hasn't gone anywhere. I think I'm gonna spend this whole show picking it as well.
That's one of your things. I'm usually
Yeah.
playing with my
And you gotta keep your hands off your face.
nose. Right. Don't touch. Oops.
Oh, wait, we gotta have your finger. Give us the finger, Monty.
Oh!
We almost missed it again.
You're right. You're right. Let's do it! It's so funny.
Oh, man, that was fun last time. We missed it.
Do it now! Get to the chopper!
Get to the chopper.
Man. Well, springtime is here.
Are we gonna do it? Are we gonna do this?
Are you?
Are you gonna do it?
Nope.
You're not gonna do it still.
Nope.
I am so proud of you. I am
Nope.
so proud of you.
I'm going to talk about the beautiful green trees outside.
Oh,
Spring has sprung, flowers everywhere.
yeah. Talk about your Purple Mountain's majesty.
Yeah.
That's a quote from the Birdcage.
Not quite what I was referring to, but
Don't you love that scene though, when they're sitting there at the dinner, and Gene Hackman, the conservative senator, and they're trying to make conversation. That was about the time when the wife noticed, are they playing hopscotch or leapfrog?
Leapfrog.
Both. She's getting her glasses up. They grab the plate. Oh man, I can go through that. That movie cracks me up.
What interesting china. Why, it looks like young men playing leapfrog. Is it Greek?
Oh! I have no idea. I've never seen these bowls before.
Really? Barbara, get me my glasses, will you, dear? They're in my purse by the chair.
Where are my glasses? It is Greek. Yes, Greek boys, actually. Naked Greek boys.
Oh, how can you go wrong with Robin Williams and Nathan Lane
Oh my God.
and Gene Hackman? I mean, come
Hank
on.
Azaria, though, the house boy.
Oh, that's right.
Agador, Spartacus.
Gosh,
Why you gotta be such a beast to everybody?
Oh,
It's my Guatemalaness, my natural heat.
natural heat.
Oh man, it's you know what? It's Scott Barrett that has got us on that. Our guest from a couple weeks ago, he got us doing all these callbacks to movies. Oh man,
Oh, he was just all over Coming America.
oh I know.
Jumped right on that. I mean,
The three buttses.
3 buttses. Nailed it too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Gosh, where did we go? What are we doing?
No motorsports still. They're doing that. Oh, I watched that. Wait. Driving it home.
No, drive.
Driving it home. That's just the edited version. I got to see it. It keeps my blood going.
I love that.
My girl the other day, she sent me a link to a World of Outlaws race. That was like from 2010. It just showed up in my messenger, and it was the full race. And I sat there and I watched it. It felt so good. So watching cars again, it was very sweet of her.
Very sweet.
But,
Your girl.
I watched that. I
Sent him a link for a race. Oh, it's a match made in heaven.
Oh yeah. But I watched that iRacing World of Outlaws race the other night, and I was entertained. It was very good. It was from Knoxville. They had it on the FS1, Fox Sports 1. They had it, and Kyle Larson was in it. Had the thing, hit the wall.
Oh.
You know, like he always does. He always just overdrives the dang car.
Yeah.
And but the guy that won, it's a great story. It's Kevin Swindell, Sammy's son, who was paralyzed in 2015, 14, not that long ago, in a wreck at Knoxville. And so he's able to drive the sim cars with the trigger. And still took it to him, man.
That's
it was
awesome.
a real feel good story.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man, there's a silver lining to every situation.
Yeah. I mean, he's
That's
he's
awesome.
in a wheelchair, so there's no way you can handle you can't manhandle a sprint car like you could something else without legs, because they're just beasts, man.
Right.
But he can get in that sim and sit there with the triggers. And,
That's great, man.
And he won. It was pretty cool.
That's great.
Bring a tear to an eye.
Yes. Hey, I was going to a NASCAR thing there. That last race, what happened to Bubba?
Oh, Bubba, when he rage quitted. Quitted, yeah.
What's the deal?
And then lost the sponsor.
Right?
In iRacing.
Yeah. I heard, what are you doing, Bubba?
Him and Boyer were going at it, just back and forth.
This Suarez got black flagged, right?
What's that?
This Suarez got black flagged? What the heck did he do?
I know.
He's getting tangled up with somebody, right?
I don't know. Well, it was Bristol, even though it was a sim race. It was Bristol. But yeah.
It was total chaos and mayhem.
Bubba's like, peace out, and left. And the sponsor goes on Twitter and says, we don't like quitters. See ya.
Bubba. You're just going to step out of your car the next time you get in it?
Boy, I tell you, that was very telling. I mean, I know it would be hard to think because here you are, you're playing a dang video game. Even it is televised. It's a pretty big deal because they've got sponsors.
You're still racing.
People paid money to be in your car.
Right.
It's going to be on Fox Sports 1, which is nationally.
Right.
So they're going to get pissed, but I can see how he would make that lapse. Like, it's just a freaking video game, but it's like, no, somebody paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to be there, and now their car is not in now.
Whoops.
That's right. Hey, you make that deal. You take that money.
Yeah.
You cash that check, buddy.
Got to do your part there. Rage quitted.
Rage quitted. That's what they called it. Rage quitted. I guess that's what the gamers call it. when you get mad.
I have no idea.
You know, Jackson would tell me about guys that would do that, like guys that were teams, like in Call of Duty, they'd be a place and he'd just get pissed and quit, and then you're like, you're dust.
Yeah, you're supposed to have my back there.
Speaking of Jack, it was hilarious. He was telling me when the quarantine started, he goes, man, 5 years ago this would have been a dream come true. I'd play video games all day.
Video games all day.
He's like, after two hours, I'm done. I can't stay.
I have to. I'm told to stay home and play video games. It is a dream come true for these kids, man.
We'll be back with Jason Brown.
Bring on Jason Brown.
Stand on mountains, troubles are just your stepping stones. They build the muscles of your soul. So don't even think of giving up. Your breakthrough is gonna come. Oh, there's a fighter in everyone, strong enough to beat these hard times back. You were made for that.
Jason Brown.
Jason Brown.
It's Jason Brown, the pride of Iowa.
Where is he?
I don't know about that.
He's behind us. Jason, we're not being rude. We're talking to our cameras.
Yeah.
All right.
So he's on my right, I believe. And your left. Are we doing the three screen again?
Yeah, we're doing the
the
three
Brady
screen.
brunch. Brady
So, yeah,
brunch.
So I'm far right. You're far left, buddy.
How dare you?
You got to get out of
How dare you?
Yeah.
Speak to me like that.
and OJB's right in the middle.
Sandwiched.
How you doing, buddy?
I've been doing good. Just, everybody's trying to adjust to this new way of entertaining, I guess. And, we're just hanging in there, just waiting for this to get on past us. So.
Well, I'll tell you, though, the cool thing about this becoming kind of vogue is that, you're in Iowa right now.
Yeah, I am. Right outside of Des Moines, Iowa.
Right outside of Des Moines.
Didn't cost you a penny to get here today.
No?
And you can do this in your underwear. That's pretty awesome.
I mean, actually, that's why we're not panning down anymore.
Yeah, I think he's in his underwear. Yeah.
I bought myself some Tiger King underwear.
The Tiger. Man, I haven't seen it.
Me either.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Me
Well,
either.
it's I would have to say it's the best thing you can possibly watch while trying to waste away the time on a bus. So
It's a
wait
perfect
till
waste of
things
time.
kick
then.
back up, and you'll thank me later.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about it because there's so much and when the memes first started coming out, I had no clue. Like people were taking that three guy shot in the field and using it for like band photos. I'm all, what is this?
I have no idea either.
Yeah, but
Out of the loop on that one.
You can't make it up. That's the thing. I mean, this is it's like going to a state fair. After watching that show, you realize how actually great your life is.
Okay, I think we need to watch it then for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So Jason Brown, Jason, how long have I known you? When did we do that first project?
We did the Dream album in 2006, I think, or 2007. I can't remember. I think it was 2006 is when we did the album. 2007 is when we released "Mom Was a Rebel" on radio. So yeah, it's been that's been a while. That was above that, down off of Buddy Killing Circle, in that studio, Safe Haven Studio or something. I think it was.
Yep. That's where we cut your vocals.
Yeah, and come to find out later, after I moved to Nashville, I had a lot of songwriting appointments, and I couldn't believe how much music industry stuff was actually happening in that building, So I'm just some young, naive guy that had a great producer such as yourself. And that Dream album is still by far one of my favorites, and the fans, I mean, we build our set list around those songs to this day. So,
dude, you charted nationally off that album.
Yeah. Charted Mom Was a Rebel. We charted You Don't Play Fair, I'd Love You to Hate Me, and then Touchdown. So, and a few of those songs had Jason Aldean as a co-writer on I'd Love You to Hate Me. Oh, wait, that was, I'd Love You to Hate Me was a Jason Aldean co-write, and I wasn't the other co-writer, but he was on there. And then You Don't Play Fair was the one that charted the highest at 58 on Billboard and Media Base. So all of them charted in the top 100.
Man.
Yeah.
Mama's Rebel popped out at 72, and we didn't know what was going on.
You were crushing it locally though on those stations, right? I mean, you were like, you're like Hall of Fame winner every night. Man, it's funny because you mentioning those titles. I mean, I haven't thought of those songs in years, and I love every one of those songs.
Yeah, I do.
That's a great record.
It's a great record. We're looking at possibly doing a Jason Brown Greatest Hits album, and I told him, I said, well, half of it's going to be the Dream album. So, I find, and I've done a lot of recording after that, but it's weird how I've went back to the way that you produced me, which you sit there and you have a great producer such as yourself. And we did such a great job on that, and then you just kind of go off in your own little way. But I wouldn't be surprised if you're going to be producing some other songs down the road, because I really think it is that mixture between who you work with. I mean, you could spend all the money, $100,000 or something in a studio, but you just got to have that connection. And I think that we have that connection, and you get my voice better than anybody else has. And the way you recorded me was so, I felt like it brought out a lot more feeling, and the way you wrapped the music around the vocals, I think that's what made the Dream album stick out so much compared to all the others.
Well, Jason Brown, thank you, brother.
Well, you're great.
You. That's some high praise right there.
Yeah. High praise.
Well,
we told him to say that.
I mean, above being friends, I'm a fan, of your voice. Always have been. That Old Soul song had something to say too. That was a good one.
That is on the new album, the Drink It In album. So that's when I was living in Nashville, and we recorded that one. Phil O'Donnell was a writer on that one, and I'm a huge Phil O'Donnell fan.
I love Phil Billy.
Oh, Phil Billy's awesome, and so that was the seed for the Drink It In album, and that's one that you was on. You and what was the piano player?
Peffer.
Yeah,
Steve Peffer. That's right. Yeah, we did that one together.
Yeah, that was great, and that album that song right there is another one that people just love it. It's just got a great message to it. And in today's world, I just feel like I am kind of an old soul.
Absolutely.
Anymore.
I mean, it speaks so much to our generation.
It does. It really does. And especially today, in today's times, and being close to Easter, I love the opening. I like to read the Sunday paper, spend time with my Creator.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard those lyrics, I was like, I've got to record this song.
I got to cut that too.
Yep. Fortunately, the rest of the song was awesome too.
Yeah. So, JB, we're going to take a quick break and hawk our product, something that we got our fingers in. And when we come back, let's talk about your humble beginnings from a boy in Iowa.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, brother. Back with Jason Brown.
Yeah.
The Brown Sound. Yeah, he's
that
right
guy.
there.
Right
he's
there.
Right there. Handsome young buck from the great state of Iowa.
Iowa.
You hanging on to a wheel anymore, buddy?
No, I'm not. When I left Brett Eldridge down there driving for him, we moved to Iowa, and that was it. So
I know a lot of people said you hold a pretty wheel.
Well, I missed it. There's times I miss it. We ended up finding a bus down here that we ended up buying, and so I still get behind the wheel and have some fun. So that's part of playing, man. Is just driving the bus and getting away. That's part of the excitement for me.
Yeah. So Jason, take us on the little dime store tour here of your career and how you began and all that stuff.
Well, I started singing in church when I was around 4 years old.
There's another one. There's another one.
Yeah, I've seen that audition with not audition, but the interview with Scott. He was talking about how he still gets to the ministry and stuff, and you nailed it on the head. I really truly believe that music is just a gift from God, and I think some people push that for attention. And me, it was the only thing that I ever did that I just felt like I was naturally good at, that I didn't have to push it. You know what I mean? It just naturally comes out. As I get older, that sucks because I forget words a little bit more, but you know what I mean? You just naturally do it. And I think it's all the other stuff that comes with it that kind of wears you down a little bit. But man, there's nothing like, singing. And when I was little, I was singing in church. My grandma got me up and I sang, It Is No Secret, I've Got a Mansion Over the Hilltop was my very first 2 songs I remember singing, or I was told I was singing. But as I came up, as I was growing up, I was listening to Jim Reeves, on my grandma's 8-track, Put Your Sweet Lips a Little Closer to the Phone, and just, The Blizzard, all that great stuff. And then Kenny Rogers, I remember getting my Kenny Rogers fan club pack in the mail. Yeah, and Elvis Presley, I was a huge Elvis Presley was always played around the house. So I was always just, always had music, country music especially. And so as I grew up, I just started going into like Bill Riley contests, and I always lost to the dancers and the tumblers. And every time I went, my grandma would buy me a gaudy shirt with flowers and roses on it, and I'd give anything to have those shirts back now, but I never wore them to school. And then, then I started singing in nursing homes and such. And then I moved to Texas, got with a youth group at Gardendale Baptist Church, and we toured the country 3 different summers, and went out there and, just gave our testimony and stuff. And, when you're a teenager, it's a little bit different than when you give your life to the Lord as an adult. And so I moved back to Iowa and then hopped up on stage for a talent contest at the high school. That led me into going out on the road during the summers with Beth Hunter and the Jim Dandy's band, playing a bunch of county fairs. And we kept doing that and jumping from band to band. And in 2004, Red Rock got together. And then in 2006, a gentleman approached me and said, "Hey, I'd really love your voice. I really want to see what it sounds like recorded." And then I met Mr. Kimo Forrest here, and we put the Dream album together, put 5 singles in the top 100. And we've been trying to get back and chasing that dragon ever since. So We're 5 albums in now with a new album called Drink It In. So it's been a lot of years doing this, and I love every minute of it.
I will say though, across the board too, on your albums that I wasn't involved in, the songs. I mean, you have a gift of song choice. I mean, you can choose the songs that best suit your voice and your style. And I noticed on the Drink It In album, I mastered that one, right?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
That the most thing I was impressed about was the songs. I mean, as each one rolled by, I'm all, this is just a dang good song. And then the next one, well, this is a great song too. I mean, you got that gift, buddy.
Well, I think, I like to write, don't get me wrong, but I'm not a great songwriter. And, the thing that I see is a lot of people, you say you're a singer, then you say you play guitar, and they're like, okay, well, you're under 300 pounds, so you're still marketable, all that stuff. And then here comes the number one question. And this is where it seems like singers or entertainers kind of like, I don't know, this is where they start talking dirty about one another. Do you write your own songs? Man, I got tons of songs I've written, but they suck. I mean, I know how to pour concrete, but if I got to pour a drive, I'm going to hire someone to do it because they're better, they're faster, they're cheaper.
There you go.
Like, if I wanted to learn how to produce an album, which is huge right now, we did the Drink It In album up here in Iowa, and the only reason I recorded is because I never recorded nothing in Iowa, and I got tired of people saying, "Why are you always going to Nashville?" Well, that Drink It In album, if it ends up getting legs on it, I'll be calling you Kimo, and we're going to end up doing it over again, polish it up. But do you write songs? No, I don't write songs, but God has really just blessed me with putting the right songs in front of me that if I don't feel like I've written it or it's been written about me, I won't sing it because even if I've heard songs that are just great and I know they've got that pop to it that's kind of like really popping right now, but that's just not who I am. And and if I'm sacrificing radio play or maybe another 2,000, 10,000 young fans that might like a pop sound, that's great, but it's got to have the story in there that I like. It's got to be something that I can sell, that I can get behind, and not BS somebody, you know, for 3
Yeah.
Stay with that.
Yeah. Your core fans appreciate it, and you've got a pretty ravenous core audience. You know them.
We do. Yeah, it kind of
Ravenous.
fell off
I
a
like
little bit. You know,
The brownies. I'm gonna call them the brownies.
The brownies. Ravenous brownies.
That.
Sounds like you need a nap after that.
They're a hit in Colorado.
Oh, yeah. He got some of those brownies.
He got some of the ravenous
Make
brownies.
you feel happy.
Well, Jason, that idea of best song wins is, I mean, that's the deal. You know, that's with all. The only time we didn't do that with Cash Crate is our least favorite song when we put it on because the guy in the band wrote it.
Right.
And it's like,
Yeah.
I skip it every time.
I know. I do too. I know what
I
you're
hear a
talking
lot
about.
of artists that come out and they're putting out new stuff, because I love watching new artists come up, because you know my history, and you know the problem with this music industry is you got guys out there that all they care about is the dollar. They do not care about your dream, and they'll blow all your money in 12 months like what happened to me, and then when it's all said and done, they're just gone. You know, and then you got to start all over again. And so I watch these young artists because I don't want to see what happened to me. I don't want to see it happen to them. So I've taken a couple artists that I really believe in that have a really good talent. You know, I directed one. You know, I refer them to you. You know, there's the first thing I say is get out there and at least get an EP. That is your business card. You know, for you get your business card. That's you. People can throw you in the truck. They can listen to you. Man, I like this song, and that's how you tie with them. Well, so that's the most important thing for me for new artists to do, is to get at least a 4, 5, 6 song EP. Get it down, even if it's just nothing but covers. That's your trade. That's what you want to be known for. That's what you got to do. You got to invest in it. But then comes the next thing of they put these songs on there that they wrote that are so low-hanging fruit that it cannot compete.
Right.
And whether you like it or not, if you're looking at getting some radio play, you've got to be able to maintain this level or have your song at least somewhat close to that level of what's being played. Like it or not, it's just the way it is. So fortunately, underground music is huge right now with Facebook and YouTube, such as what you're doing, that where radio is almost to a point where I don't even listen to it no more.
Yeah,
No, I don't like promoting the sites that don't pay us, but that's our only option to get our music out there. But you've got to pick good songs, and it's so easy to get a hold of publishing companies. It's not rocket science. You got producers such as yourself, you got artists such as myself that would be more than willing to direct anybody to the publishing companies that we like to use, because they want to sell the songs. They've got product.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
it's not that hard. You know, saying, yeah, I'm a singer-songwriter is great. And if you can be a wonderful singer, but if you got a crappy song, I'll shut it off after
That's
2
right.
minutes.
Yeah.
That's a true story.
Yep.
Words of wisdom from Jason Brown.
That's all I got left, brother.
I love it. Hey, we're going to take another break. We will be back with more of you.
Yeah, brother.
I'm going under where the river sings, and I'll discover what's left for me. Bring it on back, bring it on back to that soulful groove that'll make you move like that. Bring it on back, yeah, yeah, yeah. Bring it on back.
We're back.
We're back with Jason Brown. Hey, Colt Ford's name is Jason Brown.
Oh, I know Colt. Colt and I was at before Colt ever became like Big Colt Ford. Well, he was Big Colt Ford when he started.
Very cool for it.
Colt and I we've been friends ever since we first met. We were pheasant hunting up in Akron, Iowa. And, we were talking about Mark earlier, but Andy Griggs was part of that crowd, and it was just a good, fun week. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Pheasant hunting.
But anyway, Colt had an over-under shotgun, and he went and he shot at a bird, and he loaded the gun, and I was off to his left, and he went to slam the gun back up, the barrels back up, and the pin or the safety or something hit it, and the shotgun misfired, and I heard shot go over my head.
Oh, my God.
I turned towards Colt thinking, I don't know this guy. Maybe this crazy coon from Tennessee decided to Yankee.
Ooh-wee.
So I'm like pointing right at him. He's like, "Ho, Hoss!" So we were making fun of it, how it was going to be Jason Brown shoots Jason Brown.
Jason Brown shoots Jason Brown. Yeah.
So you know what? Colt's one of those guys, though, and you know this is so true. How many people you've met in your career span, and you're friends and everything, but all of a sudden when you want to say hi or something, you never hear from him again. I mean, no matter what. But Colt is one of those guys. I could text him right now, and he will text back as soon as he can. He is that legit.
Oh yeah, just a sweetheart.
He is so cool. Yeah.
I had a funny email exchange with him once because I thought I was talking to you, and because his email says Jason Brown, so we're going back and forth, and then he finally was, because like I was asking him some stuff that of course he would know nothing about it.
Yeah.
And he says, Kimo, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, crud. It's the other Jason Brown. Yeah.
The label that what's that label that they, Average Joe?
Average Joe's.
Somebody, I had an artist that just kept blowing me up, and this is like after the label started, and they must have looked it up and seen that Jason Brown was the label owner.
Oh.
And me song after song after song, and finally like, I just wish you would sign me to your label. And I'm like, well, the label we just had just disintegrated. Bad story. It's not even around anymore. And so I was like, it's a no-go. And he goes, dude, I see you just signed blah, blah, blah. And it was a country rapping group. Go figure. And so anyway, yeah. And I told him, I said, dude, do you think I own Average Joe? And he goes, yeah. I go, no. That's a different Jason Brown.
Yeah,
Colt was a professional golfer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He told me that when I first met him, and I thought, there's no way.
That's how he met John. He was the golf pro at some course down in Georgia. And they started talking, and John got in it, and the next thing I knew, we were cutting right through the country.
You can leave your door open, ain't nothing to happen. Most country folks sang, but I couldn't, so I'm rapping. I wanna show y'all where I come from and invite you all down to any country town.
Now before I pack my things and leave, there's something need y'all to understand. I've seen a lot of things in my lifetime, that's why I walk the line. I'm just a simple man, and
I remember when he had that album before he put it out to radio and before he promoted it, he gave me one, and I remember driving from Akron, Iowa back home. It was about a 3-hour drive. Andy Griggs and Joe Denham is his name. Anyway, we were riding in the truck and we were listening to stuff, and Andy looked over and he goes, I'm not supposed to like this. It's kind of catchy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next thing you know, there he goes, so...
I mean, he created his own little brand, his own little following, and man, I remember with John Michael, we did the Suwannee River Jam one time down there in Georgia. Colt was the headliner. John Michael opened up. It was a crazy thing. He he's got his group of followers, and he still works. I mean, gosh, does 200 something shows a year.
He does, and he has he's
not
creative.
this year.
He comes up with this video stuff. I'm so behind still on this social media. I'm catching up on it. I just don't get it, But I'm more of a face-to-face kind of person, like I seen you talking about on one of your other episodes. You got to have that interaction with those fans. But man, Colt has always been good about getting like those 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute videos out there.
Absolutely.
Like I ain't got nothing to talk about, so
I know. Yeah, that's the one thing that we try to do. Is like, okay, we got to create content, man. We got to do something or make something up. I remember when we were doing the Cass Creek TVs back in the day. Some of those were so thin. I mean, it was
we were
like,
reaching
what
pretty
is
hard.
the premise here? It's like there is none. It's Seinfeld, man. There's no.
There's total Seinfeld.
We're gonna go grocery shopping today.
Oh my gosh, yeah, just filming stuff. So, how are sales going, Jason, on that new one? You guys doing all right? I know it's a
we're doing okay. When I lived down there, I was a personal bus driver for a country artist that was starting to get his own #1 hits. So I just wanted to sit back. There's a time in a person's life as a musician, I think they got to say, do I continue with this? How much more time and money do I put into this? Is it going to be a hobby? And watching Brett come up, he was a great artist to be out with because, there's no drug use. He's a really mellow, cool guy, great songwriter. So I got to see all of it from what the label wants, the radio. And, man, that just really lit a fire underneath my butt to just get back in and really do it. So moving to Iowa was a family decision. It wasn't a career decision, but it's just something I had to do for my kids. And I love Nashville. I'll always be a Nashville fan and a supporter and a huge Tennessee supporter. I love Tennessee. But when I put this album together, I thought, well, we got to get behind it, and I found that radio promoting is harder than it ever was. And, but going back out there now with this new album, you can get radio play, but I'm not seeing any sales to radio play. You've got to follow that up with shows.
Yeah.
And then with shows, it costs money to do that. And if you want to look like a $500 band, you can't, you're only charging $1,000. But I like bigger. I like lights. I like stages. Well, we're talking a higher budget. Yeah. Towns don't necessarily want to pay that. So that's been the struggle. The sales have been fine. My CD sales, my physical sales are still way, 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 way stronger than my digital. But probably because I haven't been focusing on the digital sale aspect website. That's something that's probably my next move now is to find somebody, get a hold of someone in Nashville that knows kind of how to do that. But right now we're setting up. We got the first song that we released was Old Soul. That one did great. We followed it up with a lyric video.
I got an old soul born behind my time, an old chunk of coal on a train left behind. I like to sing along with a classic country song.
And then we came out with Water Tower. We came out with a lyric video on that one.
I can picture you a little clearer. Every town gets me a little nearer to you. It's why I'm wide open 90 miles an hour to the next water tower.
And we just got in, we're starting to release 3 Church, 2 Tavern Town, but radio froze now to this coronavirus. It just seems held out a little bit.
Yeah.
And they're working from home, so there's really nobody there making decisions. But you know what? You just gotta adapt and overcome and continue.
You made a couple points there that I find real interesting and so true about the disconnect between radio and sales. I mean, first of all, sales just ain't there, and how it's, you can just see how certain artists are propped up and are, it's not a level playing field. But I mean, I don't know how many times you'll see a guy 4 number 1 songs. You're like, I've never heard any of those songs, and he's had 4. You're like, they show the titles. You're like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And I keep up with the trade,
especially in recent years. That's
right. Yeah. I mean, I don't listen to the radio that much, but I do keep up with what's going on, and I want to know what's out there. I have to for my business. And, so that's always interesting, how the real disconnect there. And I love the fact that you said how your CDs are outselling your digital. I mean, that's the cool thing about Iowa. It really is a throwback state.
Well, it's the Midwest.
I love it. I love it.
And I think when I was out with Brett, they went through a lot of physical product too. It's almost like watching the news nowadays, and I don't want to get political here, but the music industry is kind of the same way. If it's going to favor them not having $1 or an 80-cent physical product out there times 1,000,000 versus throwing it out in ones and zeros,
there you go.
They're going to save money, and that's just business. I mean, you can be a great singer. That's what I keep people. It's like, look, you want to do this, that's fine, but the thing I should have learned first was business. I should have went into business management or took it a little more serious. Because
it ain't too late.
It's not too late.
We're looking for a manager.
Let me get my feet back on that ground, but
talk about herding cats.
Yeah, amen. It is business, and like we were saying. So since the sales aren't coming in when you go visit a new market, now you almost have to go in string line and do like a just on a shoestring budget. I mean, you got to go in on maybe a 2-piece or a solo acoustic.
Yeah.
I like solo acoustic, but only if it's 45 minutes so I could really connect with the crowd. I've gotten my confidence up with the guitar that just feels awesome to do. But I love, you know me, dude, I love to have a guitar player there. Daryl's my guitar player, and we just feed off of each other, and we just try to connect with the audience more than we try to make sure that the songs sound perfect. And then that puts them back at the merch table. The biggest thing that I found in music business is you've got to connect that person listening at your show to a song, and then you have to direct them to that song at your merch table or your iTunes or your website. That's the biggest thing to me, is every single song you play, or at least 80% of the songs you play, or your actions on that stage, have got to create a moment with that listener in that crowd, and hopefully a few of them, and that's what pushes them to your
He's
merch.
hitting all the keynotes, man. Just check them off. Check off the keynotes.
Well,
yeah,
I'm
man.
still not getting any radio play.
Well, I mean,
y'all taking notes, because he's got
I've always said, though, just because some dude on the other side of the desk says that he doesn't like that song or he doesn't like the way you sing, that does not mean you're not good or you're not. It's so subjective, and it's just, timing.
Well,
so
your fans are going to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And there's nothing wrong. It's weird when you go from, we were playing stages where we had 20,000 people. Well, the live music industry has just kind of changed. You see festivals just shutting down left and right, Wisconsin. But I'm working with some people of trying to get these 5 to maybe 10,000 festivals going, because the price of production is a lot lower. Your insurance, everything's lower. And you go in for one day, you do it, you knock it out of the park, have 3 bands, not 70,000 bands. 9:30 the headliner goes out and you got 100 people left because they're wiped after the day.
Right.
So that's my focus right now, is trying to actually produce and promote shows and somehow fit my band in there so that I'm getting rid of a lot of my cost. And if I can guarantee, that's the other thing, I'm not looking at making more money per show. I'm looking at making more shows to make more money. It's just, you just got to be smart about it. And, you see these guys go out there with all these fast, fancy moving lights and stuff. I don't see how that sells a ticket, but you got to have a good production value. It's just a whole bunch of things mixed matched into all of this. So that's what we're focusing on now, is just actually getting out smaller shows, but more of them.
All about that.
Yeah. And there's nothing like just getting out there in front of people and singing and playing. And when you get rid of the business part of it.
Boy, won't that be fun again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of have. We've been very blessed. We started doing a thing called Along the Way that we're working on. It's kind of started out as a TV documentary thing, but it ended up being 3 shows that we did in towns up here in Iowa, and all the money raised money. But for 3 towns, we raised $1.5 million for their nonprofit things that they were doing. And so that's what, once this coronavirus thing, that's what we're focusing on in 2021. And man, that is so rewarding when you just get rid of the money part of it. And you're like, if I just go out and play, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to be taken care of. And that is so weird to say, but that is exactly how it happens.
I saw one of those, and it was done very well, Jason. Real pro.
Thank you.
Pro. I mean, the video production of it, and so we won't want to drive people that way.
My name is Jason Brown, and I believe music has me on a mission to do some big things in small towns. We are helping people with projects that are bigger than the community can take on, and hope to change lives for some very deserving people. Life is more than going from point A to point B. It matters what we do along the way.
That way. What's your social media stuff that you got out so we can let our folks know?
Yeah, man. I'd love for people to go and like my Jason Brown Country Facebook page.
Jason Brown Country?
Yeah, Jason Brown Country.
We'll put it right there.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing, is getting is learning that social media thing that I'm starting to tap into now. It's like, how do you keep your likes up? How do you keep them? How do you keep those fans there? And how do you keep in with them? So, any tips?
Oh gosh.
You got to have a Blaylock somewhere.
Yeah. If any kind of success that we have had has been backed into.
I know what you mean.
By accident. It's like, what the heck? How'd that happen?
Yeah. You know, I mean, you just keep on, keep
Keep
on.
Speaking of keeping on, man, that was like a double segment there. We went,
Awesome.
we went twice as long. We might have to put a commercial in between there.
Yeah.
That's all right.
He makes our job easy, man.
We're trying to sell stuff. Yeah.
Love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of Iowa, Jason Brown.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, we need to go pheasant hunting.
What's that?
We need to go pheasant hunting.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm
Next
down.
time you guys here, call me. We'll get together.
That's all white meat, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
It's
great.
good
I love
meat.
pheasants.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, next time you're up here, give me a holler.
Yes, I'm a hunter-killer.
See you, JV.
See you,
See you
man.
guys. Take care.
JB.
Jason Brown.
This is our second start of this segment,
Right.
guys.
We had a oops.
We had an oops.
An oops moment.
Our producer. She quit. I think she quit.
Did she?
Yeah.
He bailed on us. So I'm done with these morons.
She goes, Instagram's enough. That's all I need. I just need to run your guys' Instagram.
Yeah. That's more fun.
Yeah.
Take 10,000 photos of yourself.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it?
It's incredible.
Oh, man. I don't... Although the historical record of this generation, they're going to say they were the most beautiful people that have ever walked the face of the earth. Because, nobody takes a bad selfie.
No.
With all those filters.
Well, they got all those filters, yeah. I mean, we should have filters for us here because we'd look so much better.
We're raw, buddy.
Like we are, like a big open sore.
That's right. Unfiltered like a can.
Raw and oozing.
We're Marlboro Red, buddy. Raw and oozing. Did you people hear that? I'm going to get that closer. See that again.
You almost yelled it into the mic. Nobody missed that one. Oozing.
Hey, the ninja's been quiet these last few
Yeah,
times.
he's on hiatus.
I've noticed that.
He's quarantined.
Yeah, Ninja wasn't happy.
No.
Because I know when the dude...
Ninja's been pissed.
Yeah. The dude that carries Ninja, like Quado, he's been upset. So I know the Ninja is just over the top.
Quado.
What do you want, Mr. Quay? The same as you, to remember. But why? Be myself.
Quado.
That's what I feel like sometimes.
You feel like Quado. No more movie callbacks. We gotta cut that out.
No. Jeez.
We're a whole show of cheesy movie callbacks.
Young man, I hear another pop culture reference.
James Brown.
James
Brown, ladies and gentlemen. Hardest working man in showbiz. That thing that he was talking about where they go into the towns and they find like a need and they try to raise funds. That's pretty cool. We'll put a link up to that.
Absolutely.
That YouTube show. Done really well. And y'all ought to go get that Dream album. If Jason Brown Dream, I believe it's on Spotify and all that stuff. Some great songs on there. Production is top notch.
Of course. It's pre-CCB, but
yeah, 2005. You said 6.
Yeah,
2006?
I mean that's
wow.
About. I started rolling around here about then.
That was before they brought the ones in. That was when it was just zeros.
It was just zeros. Yeah. It was on tape.
Scotch, masking.
Yeah, 2006, 2007. Yeah, we were doing we had the Ohana booth and all that.
Yes, at
CMA Fest.
CMA Fest, which is canceled.
Canceled this year. Man.
That's amazing. That is a lot of money.
But CMA Fest for Nashville is
CMA Fest. No, yeah.
I mean, it's massive.
Yeah.
It's shut down.
Yeah.
It's a good thing the NFL was here because they made enough money on that one.
Right.
Trip to carry them through this year, man.
And I think that was why. I think that's why they were able to say we could do that. Not go up. It's like, Bristol, the town of Bristol, which is really small, those 2 races covers their entire budget for the entire year. As far as,
But we also had NASCAR was in town too, so that helped. They had their awards banquet here.
Oh, that's right. We have had a couple big things.
Yeah, so.
But the draft.
The draft was massive. Yeah. I mean, that was beyond.
I think the thing about CMA Fest is that it's just that it's the days, 4 days or something, 3 or 4 days, and it's just that continual, and it's going on, and everybody is, $65 for parking downtown. Those guys. But those guys are pirates.
They are true pirates. Yeah.
I remember parking in New York City for $75. You're approaching New York City prices here in the South? Who told us that? It was 65? Recently, right?
It was recent.
One of our people from out of town.
Can't remember who that was.
What was going on?
And I felt embarrassed.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm so sorry. I mean, how do you spend your whole budget on parking? How stupid is that?
I'll tell you, though. The wise man goes out and buys himself a little quarter acre and puts parking spots on it.
Wise man would.
And charge $60.
Yeah. There's plenty of parking around here. I guess we could shuttle. You can park 25 minutes away.
Nope.
Nope.
Nobody comes to the holler.
Nope.
Nobody. Unless invited. Because the Blue Ninja might get you.
Oh, yeah. He's locked and loaded, man. Ready. He's ready.
So did we give Wills a bad time on this one or the other one?
Who's the other one?
Oh, the other one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You can smack him again if you want.
I'll smack him again. He might be here next week. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Not if he watches this.
So we're still not sure about our May 1st Cache Creek Club.
We're just hanging.
Oh my God! Yeah. Well, we got to talk to Henry about that too, because that's supposedly when the ban ends.
I don't see people wanting to
pick it up again. Yeah.
Be all fired up to run out and.
Well,
there's going to be a fear factor going to follow this whole thing for a while.
You would think so.
Yeah.
But
hopefully June.
That's supposed to be taken away. This is why we're doing this. So we can feel safe to go out.
Right. Well, I don't think that it's going to have that effect.
Yeah.
People are freaked out, man. But, yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, I don't know. We got to talk to Henry.
I mean, terrible things are happening. Husbands are talking to wives.
I know, it's awful.
Yeah.
Families are spending time together.
Families are spending time together. Maybe in other rooms on their devices.
Maybe.
But I hope it's being used that way. I hope this time is being used for the betterment of your homeward environment.
Yeah, I hope so.
This is the only place I see Monty.
That is not true.
That is not true.
That is not true. No. What was I going to say? I don't remember.
Yeah. I think I'm out of funny. I'm out of funny.
You're out of funny?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I think I need to recharge. Need to go watch some Rodney.
You watch some. I tell you, I can't do Rodney at all.
I have to pull up Caddyshack. I tell you, the funniest thing from last week was when you did the German Mexican. That killed me.
What, Rodrigo? What, Adolf Rodriguez?
Adolf Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Rutger Sanchez. That killed me.
Rutger Sanchez.
But you got to see papers? I don't know. I talk about German to Spanish.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I cried. That was so damn funny, man.
Figure it out.
I wonder if we hit record on that camera there because it's not stopping yet.
It hasn't stopped yet.
Yeah.
It should be stopping. We're rambling on.
Yeah.
Ramble on.
Take us out of here. You got nothing else to say.
Sing that song.
I don't know that song.
Don't know that song?
You got me.
No, I don't. Ramble on. Come on. Zeppelin, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
It's a bad Zeppelin, but Zeppelin.
Oh, there
it went. Saved by the click. We don't have the pizza timer anymore.
No pizza timer.
We gave up on the pizza.
It was too irritating.
It was. Horribly. Let's go.
35,
we gotta go.
35 lands with a big thud. Like the balloon. Not, but more like.
I think we let the air out of it.
Hopefully 36 will be better. Sorry for everybody that stuck in this long. Holster that thing. Put us out of our misery. Oh, you're just making
punch
it
drunk.
Continue.
We're punch drunk.
You're making it continue.
Gotta go.
Oh, thank you. Oh, mercy.